So I'm going to start off this TED Talk today the way all great TED Talks usually start, a sad backstory. So when I was 14 and working at day camp, every day I had to go get snack for my campers. So one day I was going to the snack stand to get a drink, and the guy working there said something that completely changed my life. He said, "You know, sometimes you pronounce water like wooder." It was completely heartbreaking. I had no idea. So now I know this isn't actually a sad backstory, but it did get me really thinking about how the way we use language really influences other people. A study done by the U.S. General Accounting's Office in 1990 found that 41% of employers are likely to be influenced differently and treat people differently if they have a foreign accent versus an American English accent. And this statistic really holds true for differing American accents as well. Think about the different how you judge people differently if they have Southern accents or California Valley Girl accents or New York accents. You have a preconceived notion about what this person is like just based on how they pronounce words and the way that they say different things. Now, I don't know about any of you, but I grew up in a small town where words played a really big part in our personal identity. You couldn't go a single class period without hearing the words John or Baki or Young Bull or any of these weird words that we would use. And I know to some of you they might sound like gibberish, but to us they were legitimate words with definitions and uses just like any other word you'd use in the English language and you'd be taught in class. And that's the thing about words, is that the connotations that they have don't necessarily come from the words themselves, but from who uses them and how we view that type of person. The specific word I want to talk to you guys about today is one that's very much tabooed and thought of as improper, even incorrect, and the word is ain't. And yes, it is a real word, it's a contraction, and in the eyes of linguists, it is a legitimate word just like any other word. But to some people, it's considered the most stigmatized word in the English language, and they even hate it and hate the people that use it. But it hasn't been this way throughout all of history. When it first came into use in the 17th century, it was used by the aristocracy in England. It was used by the wealthy, the educated. So how did this change occur? Why is the word so stigmatized and so hated today if it wasn't originally like that? What's wrong with the word itself? Well, actually, the answer is quite simple, is that there isn't anything wrong with the word itself. The change happened kind of randomly. In the 18th century, writers decided to focus on correctness in language, and just the random way that they decided to do this was to focus on contractions. They pretty much banned all contractions, not just ain't. They banned isn't or aren't or didn't, all of these words, and just randomly, the word ain't stuck the most as the most hated and the worst one of them all. It wasn't inherently bad or inherently improper in any way, just the rich white men of the time decided shouldn't use it anymore. So flash forward to 2016 and think about the type of person you associate with the usage of the word. Really try to think about how you view this person, what you think about their intelligence level, their character, just based on a certain contraction they use in day-to-day life. It's really important to recognize your perception in order to understand why and if it needs to be changed. So what I really want you to get out of this today is that words are just that. They're just words. No one has better words than anyone else. And a word you use can be proper one day and completely improper the next, and it's completely arbitrary and random. So I think we need to start listening to what people actually have to say rather than just the way that they're saying it, and you might find that you have a lot more in common with people than you'd previously thought. Thank you.